I'm going to show you how I balayage my guests while they are laying down in the sink. First, I let their hair part wherever it does naturally. Then I plan to paint their part line. So I kick out the hair around her face because that we're going to paint back away from her face. And I do use lightener on the back of my hand with a tiny Framear brush. I keep that brush really clean. And here you can see I'm going right in where she had an old low light. I'm getting that brown out. So I grab the lightener from the back of my hand and I paint with the grain of the hair first, so away from her face. And then after that, I go up towards, like against the grain of the hair, towards her part line to kind of create that blend. And that's all I will do. And like, as you saw, I just moved the hair from the other side of the head away, and I'm only painting where I see brown. So our goal isn't to get her blonde any lighter, so I'm flicking back against the grain of the hair to create that blend into her root, and then I kind of drag lightly down onto the blonde just to blend in that balayage painting. I have a stand behind sink, so I have the Avant shampoo system from Minerva Beauty. The bowl is pretty wide, so it allows me to have room for my hands to do the work. And also it has a built-in porcelain headrest that comes with like a silicone rest to go on top of it. And I stack 2 folded towels on top of that headrest so that my client is propped up nice and neat. That's how it makes it easy for me. Then I take the hair around their hairline, I split it apart so that I'm not holding too wide of a section, and then I start painting their hairline. This is where I'll have the guest close their eyes to make sure that no lightener flicks obviously into their eyes, because that would really suck. So this is actually my mom. She has just gray around her hairline, which is why her hairline looks like her root looks lighter there versus the back of her head. So I'm just painting the gray to blend into the blonde. Same thing, I go with the grain of the hair first. That's where I get that full saturation. And by saturation, I just mean like fully nicely saturated surface painting. I'm only surface painting. So good plop of lightener there. And then I go against the grain of the hair to blend it right into her root. It goes up a little bit higher here, and you can notice on the back of her head I left spaces in between so there's still dimension. Around her hairline here, I'm not leaving too much space in between. I kind of paint almost every single piece of hair around her hairline, and then I'm just going to continue to do that. I typically do this balayage with either 30 volume or 40 volume, never lower than that. It's a quick process really, and typically their regrowth of their hair is, because it's natural, it's a little bit more healthy. If somebody had really fragile face framing things, I might coat it in conditioner first and then do their face frame. But because of the headrest from the Minerva sink and the 2 towels I have folded and stacked up, I let my guests just process here the whole time. So it takes me about regular speed, which you're actually viewing. I'm not speeding up the video at all. It takes me about, I don't know, like 10, maybe 15 minutes to paint the whole thing. They process for 20 minutes max. Then I put their gloss on, and I just tell my clients they can literally take a nap. Right there, you saw that I got lightener way too close to her skin, so I'm using the tail of my comb to kind of wiggle that out. Once this is finished, I'll bump over to the other side, and that's it. One more piece of advice. I know the client's in the sink, and it's probably self-explanatory, but I did want to remind everybody that I like to do this on dry hair, dry, clean hair. So just because they're at the sink doesn't mean I'm necessarily doing it on wet hair either. And here I took a time lapse of doing the other side of her head so you can see that, but so cliche, I know, but I'm gonna ask if you did like this video or it helped you, something that you might try behind the chair. Please let me know in the comments below.